By late 1778, the British forces in North America were finding it very difficult to force the capitulation of Patriot forces in this uprising in their North American colonies. In London, Lord George Germain decided that he was going to start a new strategy. This would be known as the Southern Strategy. The idea behind it would be to cordon off the northern colonies, places like Massachusetts, New York, and Pennsylvania. These colonies offer items and trade that the British Empire already had open access to. But the South, places like Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, were flush with rice, indigo, cotton, slaves, commodities that the British Empire could use in its global trade empire. By 1779, the British were fully focused on trying to take out the southern colonies. The idea at a bargaining table will be to potentially give the northern colonies their own independence, but keep those southern colonies. By late 1779, the British have focused on their southern strategy. They're going to go all in. They'll send some of their best officers to the south. Henry Clinton, the overall British commander in North America, will sail for Charleston. With him will come Lieutenant General Charles Cornwallis, Banastre Tarleton, and a cadre of other officers, including Patrick Ferguson. On the Patriot side, you won't hear the normal household names like George Washington, who doesn't enter the Southern Theater until late 1781. But you'll hear names like Andrew Pickens, the Swamp Fox, Francis Marion, Horatio Gates, and Nathaniel Greene. In late 1779, the British will have their first major victory in the South, Savannah, Georgia, the capital of the colony of Georgia at the time. Then their sights will be set on Charleston, the fourth largest harbor in the colonies. Henry Clinton will take the city in May of 1780. It'll be the largest surrender of American troops during the American Revolution and until the American Civil War. With the fall of Charleston, the onus will be placed on Loyalist forces rising up to join the British Crown. This will be a key component to the Southern strategy, as the British regular forces in North America were stretched thin. Plus, the Southern climate will bring disease to these men who are unfit for campaigning in a summer in the Carolinas. As they move inland, the British find problems. Charleston is their supply base, but they have to establish many other outposts at places like Camden and 96 to help supply their armies as they move outward. As they do this, British garrisons must be left behind, and Loyalists must rise up. But in South Carolina, it's a true civil war. The planter class along the coast with the Peabody class inland do not get along. Some patriots would not go to the cause of other patriots because they were in different classes. And of course, there were old family rivalries, which would be set off by warfare. Inland, battles will not go well again for Patriot forces at places like Monk's Corner, the Waxhaws, and Camden. Over a 20-month span, 3 Patriot armies will either surrender or be destroyed by British forces. Yet, the Patriot cause will stay firm, and men will rise from the backcountry and fight at places like Kings Mountain and Cowpens, turning the tide of the American Revolution. Eventually, the British will move up into North Carolina and into Virginia, where they will be cornered at Yorktown in October of 1781. The British strategy of cordoning off the South backfires. More battles will be fought in South Carolina than in all of the other colonies combined. The Loyalist forces, who the British thought would come to crown and country, did not do so. It was a war of exhaustion, not a war of annihilation. It was the long game. Time and again, the Patriot forces would turn out, sometimes in victory, many times in defeat. But it was Nathaniel Greene who summed up the Southern strategy for the Americans the best. He said, "We fight, get beat, we rise, and fight again."